only Darren McCarty and Neal Ruhl can give. It's time for Big D Energy, live on Woodward Sports. Join four-time Stanley Cup champion and legendary badass Darren McCarty and the golden voice of Neal Ruhl, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., as they give their takes on all things Detroit sports. The number one midday show in Detroit is on. Welcome to Big D Energy.
What is going on, everybody? Yo, yo, yo. Welcome back to another episode of Big D Energy.
Big D!
Right here on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Neal Ruhl. I am in Dayton, Ohio. Terry Foster is back in the Birmingham compound. T-Foss, I know you were a smidge under the weather, but you're back in effect.
Smidge under the weather, and I got tabled by Dr. Fauci. My wife is Dr. Fauci.
Okay.
She shamed me into not coming. She said, "Oh, I don't want you to get the fellas sick." She don't even know you guys, and she's like you're her son and brother and all this. So she's concerned about you all of a sudden.
But that's all right, though. We love Dr. Fauci. T, good to have you
She's
with
cute.
us. We got Spencer Raxter in the building. Spenmo.
Hello.
All right, great. Do we have KG in the building, by the way?
No, we got Sweet Potato Cam.
Sweet Potato Cam. All right. That's fine. Just line up any old Michigan fan. We'll have the Whittingham discussion later. Because
Go Blue. Right.
You know,
He's going to turn the program around.
Absolutely. He was the guy all along. He's the guy we all wanted all along. So we'll get in there. He'll unlock Bryce. Even though Utah hasn't had a 1,000-yard receiver since 2013 either, just like Michigan. But anyway, though,
he'll be a 1,000-yard runner.
Yes, he will. T-Foss.
Yes, sir.
All right, couple things here in the open. Number one, I'm trying to figure out which way I want to go. I think I want to do this first. The Red Wings beat Toronto, and I was irrationally hype about it yesterday. And I don't know what it is about the Red Wings beating Toronto, Terry, that gets me going. By the way, jump into the Woodward Sports chat thread. You want to skip the line, you can do that. And we'll be getting to those all throughout the show. Terry, am I too irrational about the Red Wings beating the Maple Leafs? I love it, Terry. It's like when the Pistons beat the Bulls. I don't know why I love it so much. I just do.
Well, let me lecture you, young fella. Do not get excited about regular season victories in January. It doesn't matter. Yeah, you want the 2 points. You want to keep moving and everything, but it's not this, oh, my God, the Wings beat Toronto. Nobody's going to remember this game in 5-6 days or maybe 2 weeks or a month or whatever. It's just another process along a very long season, and it doesn't matter. Beat Toronto in the playoffs. That's the only time that you should get concerned about that.
Well, T, we might not see Toronto in the playoffs because they're bums this year all of a sudden, which is great to see. Terry, I love it.
Well, you know, if that's your own personal gratification, great. But I'm just telling you, your Uncle Terry is saying, who cares? It doesn't really matter.
Thanks, Terry.
Sorry.
Thank you.
But enjoy yourself. Hey, I have a philosophy for everybody in 2026 when that comes. You do you, boo-boo.
Enjoy yourself.
Enjoy yourself. And by the way, I got this hat for you that I'm wearing now.
That's what. Yeah, you were telling me that before the break, Terry. Like, I can't wait. I can't wait to put that on. I think. Are you in Friday?
Yeah, and I don't care what you got going on. Your ass better be in the studio Friday. You can't have any soccer games in Tahiti or basketball games in Milwaukee or Green Bay. Your ass has to be here.
I will be there, Terry, for a 4-Down Friday, for a Bourbon Friday as well.
No. It's a payoff Friday, bro.
Payoff Friday. we do. Both Spenny and I. Hey, Spenny, save me here, man. I know you were hype about beating Toronto yesterday.
Oh, absolutely. I love beating Toronto every time we do. They're a bunch of bums, one of the worst fan bases in sports. So it's always good to beat those losers. And like you said, they're sputtering this year. Austin Matthews, great effort to try to get some back check on Simon Evanson on that game-winning goal. Just an awesome move by the big fella in overtime. And after he had to leave the game from blocking a shot, took a slap shot right off the knee, and then while he was on the ground, because of that slap shot and he couldn't stand up, he blocked another one with his stick, goes back, comes back out obviously later in the game and gets the OT winner. So just a great game by the Wings.
Yep, and suck at Toronto. That's the moral of the story.
Yep.
Sideless in the super chat. I was suffering this weekend. It was like I just watched my home burn down, and then an old friend threw a blanket over my shoulders. It was a mock draft. Oh man! I want to, Terry. When we come back for the first segment of the show, I want to talk about what the football viewing experience was like yesterday. I do want to go there. Woodward Sports Chat. Freddie Felt 313. Go Grizz. Yes, Oakland and Wright State tonight, as a matter of fact. So 7 p.m. You can listen on the Odyssey app if you want.
How's Wright State
Aaron
looking
Madai,
these days?
Not as good as they have been in the past, but as you know, at the Nutter Center, Terry, anything can happen.
I've been to the Nutter Center. I don't know how anybody wins there. Duke, North Carolina, Michigan. Don't go to the Nutter Center. Get your ass kicked.
Dante 151 in the super duper chat. The Red Wings won that game last night for America. Terry, it does matter because the more points the Red Wings get in the first half before the break, the better. Simon says you lose. Terry, you're getting some pushback in the chat. You're being a little too blasé about beating Toronto.
Yeah, I get it. Toronto are these entitled fan base, entitled franchise. They win the cup every year, right? Well, that's what we're told, and they don't win it. I get it. I just don't put a lot of stock into glory and gratification for regular season wins. What they are is they're 2 points, and they're in basketball, it's just another victory. But beyond that, it's like, fine. Because the season's so damn
Terry,
long and blah, blah, blah.
Terry, in the Woodward Sports chat thread, the away fan. Wow, Terry, way to be a negative turd. Wings win an OT in front of the home crowd. That's a L take, dude.
That part you'd be excited about. But it doesn't matter if it's against Toronto or Calgary or Carolina. That part you'd be excited about. But I'm just not into this. Oh, we beat Toronto. Fuck Toronto. Who's Toronto?
That's fair.
Right? This is a has-been. Toronto's the Dallas Cowboys of the NHL.
That's 100% fair.
T-Foss, we have a Black Santa question, and I had it and I lost it. Oh, yeah, here it is. AC in the chat. Man, Black Santa didn't drop off my Seagrams for Christmas.
You know what? If I'd been here Friday, Black Santa was going to send some apologies and wanted to know if you wanted to get different gifts for the gifts he didn't give you.
But, Terry, it's still the 29th. There's still time, right? You've always said that.
And Amazon is still humming along, right? So it's going to come.
Yes. Woodward Sports chat thread, Steve O'Baby. Neal, don't you owe Terry Foster a little something, maybe bourbon perhaps? Yes, on Friday. Mm-hmm. On Friday, as a matter of fact. Me, Spenny, we're going to get together. We're going to roll out to one of the local establishments there in Birmingham. I owe you an old-fashioned. Spenny owes you an old-fashioned. We're going to be three friends.
It will be. But this is not a good victory for me because I feel guilty. I took advantage of you guys. I took advantage of you. This is something you really wanted. You weren't thinking, and you had your heartstrings tugging at you, and I took advantage of you. So I am going to drink the old fashions. I'm going to collect them, but it's going to be a little bit of me that's going to feel guilty. But that guilt's going to go away once that bourbon washes down my throat.
There you go. For the record, too, I bet Terry an old fashioned that the Lions would in fact make the playoffs. They did not. Spenny, what was your Spenny? Lions would have a top 5 defense.
Yep.
I knew I was winning that one. I felt sorry. I said, "Spin, baby, don't even." I almost went over there and gagged him to protect him from himself, but I didn't.
Listen, they were close if they didn't die.
But they died.
They died.
And what they finish? 29th?
Probably not great.
Woodward Sports Super Chat. I ain't say that. Terry's kind of intimidating with that hat on. I don't think so, Terry.
No, I could intimidate you, do like this or something. But no, this is just, I'm casual, having a good time. Avenue of Fashion. They had some funky hats there. Oh, they had one that the guy was really trying to push me on, but it looked like something that Minnie Pearl would wear. So I turned that one down and got this baby right here.
Baldwin in the Super Chat. Wow, it's Woodward Sports owns Mike Tirico and Chris Collingsworth. I wouldn't. We're not that, are we, Terry?
Now, are you 6'5"?
I am not. Nor do I own Pro Football Focus and push it down everybody's throat.
Right. But that's the
So,
way things are now. Is like if I had Foster's Underwear Company, you know what we'd be talking about now? Underwear. Hey,
That
Neal,
is true.
Yeah, I feel sorry for the Lions, but cheer yourself up and get a pair of Foster's Underwear. On sale, 50% off.
Nitty gritty 313. Nitty gritty 313. Spenny, is Carolina your rest in peace this week again? You'll have to tune in tomorrow.
You'll have to stay tuned for RIP Tuesday.
You absolutely will. Brought to you by Art and Jakes. All right, let's do this. And I want to talk about the football viewing experience yesterday because I had something happen to me that, quite frankly, has never happened in my life. And I want to run this by you guys. And also, too, we got some Lions stuff to get into. We're going to touch on the 49ers game, the Ben Johnson stuff as well. Just what it was like. All that. Who's the Super Bowl favorite? So we got a lot of football stuff to get to. There is no doubt that we will. All right, let's do this. And let's take the first break. When we come back, we'll get into that. Let's talk about Ben Johnson law, everyone. Whatever your justice is, a settlement, a verdict, whatever that justice is to you, Ben Johnson law can help get that for you. You need to get the fighter. You need tough, tenacious trial lawyers. You need to go to benfights.com. Get the fighter. Get Ben Johnson law.
What about Art Jakes?
Well, speaking about Rest in Peace Tuesdays, the official sponsor of Rest in Peace Tuesdays is Art and Jakes. And guess what? Rest in peace to every other sports bar in the sports bar game because Art and Jakes has that one on lockdown. An elite menu. It's not just, hey, what sauce do you want on your wings? Here's your bill. No. It's nothing like that. They have an elite menu. They have the very best viewing experience, too. The 4K televisions all around, over 80 televisions, wall to wall everywhere. And again, as we talked about, an elite menu. They have the smash burgers and the chicken wings and all that stuff. But, if you want tuna, if you want shrimp tacos, that's all out there for you. Art and Jakes is it, everybody. 6 Metro Detroit locations. If I'm going out to go to a sports bar and watch games, it's always Art and Jakes. Go to Art and Jakes, download their app, get in there. A sports bar setting, a fine dining flavor.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon. Braylon Edwards and Shaq Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
The Massage Chair House in Bloomfield Hills is the largest massage chair showroom in Michigan. Make sure you go check it out. Shout out to my guy, Dr. Eric Duncan, and check out his YouTube channel, Dr. Eric Duncan, The Wellness Doc, where he reviews all of these chairs. So if you want to know which one you want for what you need or your body type or whatever, you can go to his YouTube channel and check it out. Dr. Eric Duncan, The Wellness Doc. Go give him a subscription on us. It's the Massage Chair House in Bloomfield Hills.
All right, back at it. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl. I'm here in Dayton with Oakland basketball against Wright State tonight. Terry Foster back in the Birmingham compound. Spencer Raxter. Sweet Potato Cam is in for KG. All of you, the Woodward Sports chat thread. If you want to skip the line, go ahead, use the super chat. But I involve everybody as we do this show all the time. In the super chat, DNC ENT. Great Kawhi's Pistons tryout last night. But for real, shout out the Pistons taking one for the team. OKC has their pick, so we're all Clippers fans this year. OKC has more draft picks than they can use, man. So they are all set up. Joe Henry in the chat. Neal, please do play-by-play for college baseball. You have to fight for your life for 3 hours at a game that's 20 to 15. I need it. Joe, I've paid those debts before. I've done an 18 to 14 college baseball game where they used 20 pitchers and it went 4 hours and 45 minutes.
What's your home
by the
run
way,
call?
Zach McKinney. What the home run call? It's gone.
I know what
Terry.
it is. It's a long drive by Joe Smith of Oakland University. Of course, home run.
You've is it long enough? Of course. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
you've heard that one before. No, you know what's funny about that though, Joe Henry, is in that game I'm talking about, Zach McKinstry was playing for Central Michigan and Mike Brasso was playing for Oakland, who of course, hit that walk-off winner against that home run against the Yankees in the playoffs, and obviously we know Zach McKinstry. So who knew at that time there were future major leaguers in there. All right, Terry, I got to run this by you. Yesterday, we because of the weather that was coming in, we moved up our departure time to come down here to Dayton. And so we left, I think it was 12:30 we left. So we got a bus ride, it's about 3.5 hours, whatever it is. I did not watch 1 second of football yesterday. I wasn't into it. I didn't want to watch it. I instead watched Landman, the latest episode of Landman. I took a nap. Terry, it's still too new, man. And then I saw Mike Payton on Twitter, who covers the Lions. Later last night, I saw that with the way that the game shook out, if the Lions would have beat Pittsburgh and Minnesota, they'd be playing the Bears for the NFC North Championship this weekend. Terry, it was just, for me, I wasn't interested, man. And I did, for the first time in my life, I didn't watch any NFL football during the 1 o'clock window.
Can I make you
Sorry,
feel
Terry.
bad?
I did.
There were some
Yes.
good games yesterday. Really good games. They were compelling. Not only because there were great plays made, but there were boneheaded plays made also. But to me, the drama on the field was so great that you missed a good day, my man. Sorry the Lions spoiled it for you.
I did tap back in for the Eagles-Bills game and for the Sunday night game. But from 1 to 4, did anybody else out there feel that way? Because I was empty, man, empty.
I cannot feel your emptiness because I wasn't moping around that the Lions didn't make the playoffs. I was walking around saying old fashions for tea. But I get it. If you were really counting on or wanting the Lions to make the playoffs, then yeah, I understand you not wanting to see that. But the games are really good. And we had a shocker. After the Lions couldn't stop Pittsburgh, Cleveland sure had an easy time stopping them. And you know what? I still don't even know the quarterback's name from Minnesota who beat the Detroit Lions.
Max Brosmer.
Max Brosmer. I have one thing to say. Max Brosmer must really be a winner
He must be. He
Yeah,
must
just,
be.
just
There's
like
a
our
long
boy JJ.
there's a long lineage of winners at the quarterback spot at Minnesota. Woodward Sports Chat thread, Detroit Gunny. Same, Neal. Felt the exact same way. Labartney in the Super Chat. Shout out Landman. That's my one show that I've been watching. So I'm in there. I do enjoy it. Mike G, I've been catching up on Stranger Things. What network is Stranger Things on? I didn't know. Watching the Lions Minnesota game. I didn't know what station is Stranger Things on.
Netflix, and I did not watch the Lions on Netflix. I refuse to. I'm still boycotting streaming services for the NFL. I only watch.
That's right. You
on CBS, NBC, ESPN. I don't do Netflix or Hulu or any of that other shit.
I know, Terry. You're holding
because
out.
You know why? Because they're gonna get you. One day I'm gonna be on with Neal. It's gonna be a Bourbon Friday, and I'm gonna say, "Hey, Super Bowl's on Netflix. How do you feel about it now?" Because that's what they're trying to get you to do.
Speaking of that, Terry, after I woke up from my nap, I did start putting some things together for 4 Down Friday, and the sports media 4 Down. There is a little something on the NFL. They have an out in their media rights deal that they can exercise, and I wonder if they're going to do it, especially with all the money that Netflix has been pumping in. Terry, they're going to get you, Terry. You won't have a choice. You won't have a choice.
I'm boycotting to the very end, to the bitter end. You know what? Sometimes there's a fight you're going to lose, but you're going to fight anyway. I'm fighting Brutus, and Brutus is going to kick my ass. But you know what? I'm kicking him in the balls anyway because I'm not going down this path.
Terry against the machine.
That's right.
Like John Henry.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You knew about John Henry. Damn.
John Henry does die at the end, so
My man, well, yeah, he did die, but look at Spinny and his Black history, man. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Oh,
7 of 9 yards. 7 of 9 yards in the Super Chat. I'm driving down 11 Mile at John R., and someone has a Lions flag at half mast. So fitting.
That's funny.
That is tough. Spenny, how was it for you yesterday, man?
It was pretty good. Yesterday, I didn't leave the house yesterday. Other than to go to the liquor store, which is right next door. It's right next door. I didn't get in my car.
That doesn't count.
Yeah, I didn't put
that
socks
doesn't count, Spenny.
So it was good. I just chilled. I rolled up a couple of blunts. My friend came over. We watched the games. I just vegged out yesterday. It was good. I needed it.
The
games were good.
The games were good.
Yeah.
Sideless in the Super Chat. I was like that too, Neal. And then I saw a mock draft. We're getting an offensive tackle from Alabama in the first round, and suddenly I'm back in. Terry, is it gonna take a mock draft season to snatch me back in?
Yeah, it's going to. But I think also what's gonna take to grab you is the first press conference from Brad Holmes. You're gonna want to see what his attitude is gonna be, because now the Lions are at a stage where it's not just about drafting people or good people. Now it's about, do you take that next step about getting free agents, trading for people? Are they willing to be players? Not players, but players. That you need that too, because yes, the mock draft is going to suck you in a little bit, but I think you want to see more than that.
Terry, that's a great segue. I want to do this, Spenny. I'm going to take the break right now, and Terry brought it up, so I want to do it because Spenny has it on there, and I've been thinking about this a lot. What do you need to hear from Brad Holmes? That's very poignant, Terry. So let's take the break when we come back. Yeah, I know. Me too. Let's do this then. Let's take the break. When we come back, Spenny, where are we going with this one?
Planet Fitness.
Planet Fitness, everyone. Live. I'm not live at the Planet Fitness studios, but TFOS is. But there's a Planet Fitness pretty much everywhere you go. There's over 50 Metro Detroit locations. And look, guys, they give me corporate taglines and advertising speak to say to you guys, I've been a member there going on 4 years. I'll never be a member at another gym. There's a gym like 500 feet away from Woodward Sports Network studios. It's like $75 a month. Why? The weights weigh the same. They don't have as much cardio equipment as Planet Fitness. They don't have as much other equipment as Planet Fitness. So why would you be a member there? I don't understand it. I won't understand it. Planet Fitness. Guys, the New Year's coming up, everybody. You keep saying you're going to do it one day. Make one day, 2 day. Go to planetfitness.com or just pull in the parking lot. Planet Fitness. Don't pay more money to lift the same weights.
Like a frostbite straight from the divine. Cold rush on my skin feels so fine. Muscle freeze, the ache. No side effects, no mistake. Chill Sub-Zero. Icy and true. Feel the chill. It's all for you. It's not magic, just science play. Chill Sub-Zero.
Attention sports fans, don't miss expert sports injury insights from Dr. Jeff Pierce of Michigan Sports and Spine. Catch Dr. Pierce every Tuesday on Big D Energy and Thursday on the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep, where he shares top-tier advice to keep athletes in peak condition. Trust the guy we all trust, Dr. Jeff Pierce. He's here to help you stay in the game and perform at your best. Learn more at michigansportsandspine.com or call 248-426-9944.
All right, back at it. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal Ruhl here in Dayton with Oakland basketball. T-Foss back in the Birmingham compound. Sweet Potato Cam, Spencer Raxter, all of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread. Steve O'Baby in the chat. Neal, for the first time, it's going to be the Pistons on NBC, and they're playing the Lakers. I'm so excited. Yeah, Steve, I'm kind of hyped up for that game a little bit too. No doubt about that. That is very, very cool. Boy, Kawhi went to work last night, T-Foss.
You should. You know what? Every time I see him play, he always has a shitty game. Not against the Pistons though. He was on fire.
Yeah, they had some issues against the Clippers. And look, they were due for an offensive game like that. I mean, they were overdue for it. You knew at some point it was going to happen. I'm not going to freak out about it. I know people were kind of melting down on Twitter. That's how you know, the Pistons are starting to carve a little angle out in Detroit sports, because everybody overly melts down about a regular season loss on Twitter. So there you have it, T-Foss. They're ready to go.
That is true. And once again, let me lecture you. Don't get bent out of shape over a regular season loss, especially when it's on the back end on a Western road trip. Teams usually don't win those games. There's league games, and those are games that you are destined to lose. And then when Kahwi Leonard decides, I'm not going to miss a shot, you have no chance, no matter who you are. So don't get bent out of shape. They'll be fine.
Woodward Sports chat thread, DNC ENT, yesterday was going perfectly fine till I saw Chicago run that fucking ladder play in the fourth quarter. Then I got slightly depressed. I tell you guys this, whenever I watch the Bears, especially with the run game, and you see, their angle blocking concepts and everything they do on the run, I'm like, man, you know it when you see it. If you had a black and white television and didn't see the uniform colors, you would know Ben Johnson's offense when you see it, Terry. You just would.
You know what I did when I was watching that game? I did like this. I'm like, oh, man, I've seen this before. 2024 Lions look just like them. Hooking
they
ladders.
did.
beating people up in the inside. It was great.
Daniel Bridger in the chat. Can we have a week of reverence before starting the mock drafts? No, Daniel, we cannot. It's all or nothing. That's the way it works. Michigander 1212 in the super chat. Everyone's legitimate thoughts on the Whittingham hire. Michigander, we're going to get there coming up in just a couple of segments. So we'll get our thoughts. Sweet potato Cam's a slappy. We'll ask him the questions. Boy, that's really weird, huh? After the presser, did we get a text from KG that said holiday today? Is that why he's not in?
No text. I think he's sick though.
Didn't he just go to Florida to celebrate with the team, with the guys?
He may have. He may have. All right. Spenny asked a question on the show sheet, Terry, and you being the journalist, what do you want to have? What do you want to hear him say? I guess you could. And like, look, in the end, it doesn't matter what he says. It matters what he does. So, I look at it a little bit differently than that. But, Terry, you're the journalist here at Woodward Sports. What do you want to hear from him?
Can I stand up and do this?
You if you want to,
All
go
right.
ahead.
Here, I'm going to do this. Here's what I want to hear. Ladies and gentlemen of the media, I would like to reintroduce myself. I am not Brad Holmes. I am Brad motherfucking Holmes. Now, I come on here wearing sweatshirts that say villain and grit and all this stuff, but I've been a worm boy the last couple years. Here's what I promise to you now. A new Brad Holmes. Every time a GM hears the phone ring, you better hope my name isn't on the other side of the call, because I'm going to rip you off. Okay? Free agents. You better change your number, because I'm calling you constantly. It's a new attitude, Detroit Lions. And I'm going to be at the head of that. Now, I've been tentative. I've played it safe. I wanted to sign my own guys because I thought that was the right way. But here's what I understood. Y'all motherfuckers are serious about this. Y'all actually want to see a Super Bowl. Y'all don't want to see a good, cute little team that wins ball games here and there. You want a championship. So I promise the new Brad Holmes up here with a new attitude, I'm going to do things to bring a championship here. Now, I am the head of a franchise that for decades just wanted to win ball games. That dies today. It's not about winning ball games. It's about winning championships. Now, I'm going to call free agents. I'm going to bug other GMs. I'm still going to draft well. I'm going to spend money because the salary cap is not real in the NFL. It took me 2 years to understand that. I'm skimping and saving little pennies here and there. But that is dead now. I'm spending. I don't care what the Fords say. I don't care what management says. I'm a rebel right now. And the rebel now is working for you. Right? So I'm going to make this shit work. I'm going to be spending some money. I'm going to get me some gators. I'm going to be a mean dude. So if you see me in the street, you better walk on the other side, because now I got a new attitude. I'm bringing the championship to Detroit by any means necessary.
Motherfucker Holmes.
That's right. I am Brad motherfucking Holmes. Thank you.
All right, Spenny. I love it. I love it, T. Can we just run that on a loop, and I'll see you all tomorrow. All right, Spenny. Here's what I want. Do you want chat poll? Do we need to see Brad Holmes get Gators for next year?
Yes. Yes.
Because that's my big takeaway from T-Foss as Brad Holmes. Does he need Gator shoes? I'm salty in the chat. Jonah Jackson looks like a great mauling guard. Should we be pissed that Brad Holmes let him walk? No, because not one of you anywhere said, oh, we need to keep Jonah Jackson. Not one. I hate Terry. This is where I struggle in this business. Two areas I struggle in this business. Number one, I don't do the hope and fear because I got a lot going on. I can't remember what I said last week, so I have to remember to say something different this week. I don't do the hope and fear. Number two, when we get a message like that, should we be pissed that Brad let Jonah Jackson walk? When Terry, literally nobody stood up here and said, oh, we need to keep Jonah Jackson. Nobody said that. So when people circle back and say, should we be pissed? No, you're not pissed. You, I'm salty, aren't pissed. You said the same thing. You were here for it. Sorry, Terry. I struggle with that.
Well, I'll just say amen. Preach, brother, preach.
Woodward Sports chat poll. Does Brad Holmes need Gators for next year? 86% of people say yes, Terry.
Damn. Hey, you know what?
Can you go?
You know what? I messed up. He doesn't need Gators. He needs blue Gators. I mean, let's go all out. When this man
Terry,
walks into a room, everybody should stop.
Terry, are you going to go Gator shopping with Brad Holmes?
Yeah, I'll pick him out.
That
Sure.
could be a great interview. We could do a one-on-one interview of Terry and Brad Holmes while they're shopping for Gators.
Gator shopping.
Gator shopping.
No, but you know what? That's what he needs. He needs, if you're going to walk around in Gators, that means you are a different man. He became corporate Brad Holmes. He became a penny pincher. He became a guy that's looking for the bottom line. But you put that man in a pair of Gators and have him walking around, his whole attitude is going to be, I don't care what I got to do. I will spend $1,000 million or whatever for this team. I'm going to bring in pass edge rusher. I'm going to bring in protection for the offensive line. I'm going to make this team so good, Jared Goff is going to look like Usain Bolt. Because nobody's going to get near him, and when he runs, he'll run for 20 yards because nobody's going to be close to him. That's what I'm going to do with my Gators.
Terry, Spenny, Terry's on a heater today.
Yeah, he is.
Like, this is Terry. You're on one today, my friend. You absolutely are.
But you know what? I've been trying to get KG to get some Gators. Because
All right, Terry. Terry, where are you and Brad Holmes going shopping for Gators at? What store? I need answers.
Mr. Allen's.
Oh, what? You said no bargain print.
I don't know. Where do you get the expense? Oh, Sibley's.
There we go.
Is that good enough?
Is Sibley still with us?
Oh, man, I don't know. No, it's still with us. Yes, it is.
All right.
No, I thought Mr. Allen's shoes. Somebody. I don't care. I don't know. I know they're cheap, but you just got to get the man and some Gators.
Drop the best Gator store for Terry. So to save Terry
please.
and Brad Holmes time when they go Gator shopping, can you drop the best store to buy Gators in Detroit in the chat?
I don't own a pair.
Sibley's is no longer with us. They
Oh, damn.
Yeah, it's been about 22 years. This article from December 1st, 2003 says Sibley's shut down operation.
Even online?
Even online.
So right around the time high definition television came in,
Right.
Yeah,
Sibley's went
we
away.
just missed that one.
Labartney in the super chat. I need to see T-Foss play Brad, MF, and Campbell in the Tubi documentary.
I can do it.
Woodward Sports chat. Dante151 in all caps. Did people forget the LA effing Rams gave up on Jonah Jackson last effing season? Stick. Jonah Jackson's on the second team since the Lions. So all right then. So what is it then? Is it Ben Johnson? Yeah, like, is it Ben Johnson? What is it?
I think it is. I mean, it's a little bit of both. I don't think that they did a good enough job replacing the center. But the guard situations and that, it's the run scheme and the run design that we saw last night between both of those teams. When you talk about the Chicago Bears and the San Francisco 49ers, is just so much more complex than anything you saw the Lions doing this year. The way they get the blocks out, the way they're driving off of the ball, and that's what we're missing. We're missing complexity and creativity in the run game, and that's where we've got another one coming up, another topic here coming up about potential staff members that Dan Campbell might poach, but I think you got to get some of that San Francisco or Ben Johnson run design back in this team.
That looked entirely different yesterday. When I saw let's stick with the Bears offense. When I saw them, I said, whoa, who's running this stuff? Oh, yeah, Ben Johnson. He'd be nice in the Lions sideline.
Yeah.
But this is a bad dude. He and once again, we got to go, whose offense was it? Was it Ben Johnson's or Brad Holmes? I'm beginning to think it might be Ben. And Ben
Woodward
Johnson's
Sports.
going to be our Scrooge.
Woodward Sports Chat. Neal wearing a Grizzly hat that looks like a Chicago Bear is certainly a choice. If it was a Chicago Bears hat, it would have that C that looks like a toilet seat.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what it would be. D's 411. Go to City Slickers, Terry.
That's
so
it,
so there's a
right.
vote for. Lots of talk about Fairlane Mall in the chat as well.
Fairlane Mall is on its last leg.
What is it? T Martin-esque, City Slicker Shoes, 300 Monroe Street in Greektown, shaking my head. Come on, Terry. You're supposed to be on this, man.
I don't own Gators.
Go ahead, Terry.
I went blank. I forgot about City Slickers.
Woodward Sports Chat, Wheezy D 313. What was Brad doing letting DeAndre Swift walk out the door? That's what the people sound like right now. It is, man. Like it's crazy what the people sound like.
But we were led to believe, and I still believe this, that he was a little bit soft. They couldn't get the best out of him, and that they were better off with David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs than Swift. Swift, we saw in the meetings in the HBO special about they couldn't get everything they wanted out of him. Maybe that's the Lions' fault.
Woodward Sports Super Chat, Jay Wiley says, Neal, you said in the beginning of the year that the Lions are going to go through some growing pains like the Eagles did. The only difference is we didn't make the playoffs. Yeah, I mean, Jay Wiley, look, too. Chiefs out, Lions out, Ravens playing for their life. They got a gift yesterday. I mean, you see it. There are teams that don't make the playoffs the following year after they do. Like San Francisco 49ers. We talked about this a little bit last week. Like, you see this. It's pretty common in the NFL. But, Jay Wiley, look, and this is probably something that we'll talk about as the week goes on. There is no reason at all that I want to see Penei Sewell on that field this weekend, or Amon-Ra St. Brown, or literally anybody. What's the point? For real, what's the point? I don't give a shit about finish strong, get momentum. All that stuff's bullshit, man. What's a win over Chicago going to do in terms of momentum for next year when you got to figure out the 13 free agents you have or 15 free agents or whatever, who you're going to keep, what the marketplace looks like for it. Spenny, Roy Lopez on Spot Track, market value about $6 million. You interested, Spenny?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Can I clear
Thank you.
something up? The whole momentum bullshit between seasons. It is such horseshit, and I can't believe that people in the media talk about this. Think about this. Let's say the Lions beat the Bears, all right? And Penei Sewell plays, and it's a great day in Chicago for Lion fans. You mean to tell me that when the Lions walk off that field, go home, poop 200 times, have lunch 200 times, go on vacation to Cabo, come back, take care of the kids, kiss their wives, have all kinds of fun, and then 8 months later, that victory is going to carry over, and they're going to say, yeah, remember we beat Chicago at the end of the season? We're ready to go. We're going to keep that momentum going. No, that's such horseshit. And why do we fall for it? What you do in December has nothing to do with what you do in September. Not a damn thing. Now.
No, well said, T-Foss. Well said.
Here's how you can have a good week one in September. You have a good training camp. You have you rest your starters for the preseason. You do whatever you do. You prepare for that season. So that's how you can have a good game one. Beating Chicago has no bearings. And
100%.
I hope that we grow up as a society so we don't have to hear this horse shit anymore. I'm tired of it.
All right, let's take a break. We'll talk about Les Stanford, more on Brad Holmes when we return.
Let me tell you about Les Stanford. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC. They got deals for everybody. My guy Goran got me out of my old lease and into my new one in less than 30 minutes. He do the same thing for you. They got a ton of different cars to choose from, the EVs, the LVs, the RTs, whatever you need, they got you covered. Go to Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC, LesStanford.com. And Neal, what about the main event?
Absolutely. Let's talk about it, everybody. Very special thing going on. The main event with Amon-Ra St. Brown, and really something cool that the St. Brown Foundation, in accordance with Wicked Awesome Wishes, is doing as well. And of course, that is coming up on January 5th. And you guys can follow along on the action. We'll be broadcasting live from 4 to 7. Children facing terminal illnesses, disabilities, and other life-challenging issues will come out. They'll hang out with Amon-Ra St. Brown. Dinner. They'll paint their hair blue. They'll do all those kinds of things. And guys, it's one of those things that's bigger than football, everybody. Bigger than what happens on a football field. There is no doubt about that. For more info, go to stbrownfoundation.org or wickedawesomewishes.org.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You know, you guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
Let's give it up for David Tully, everybody. David Tully. This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Neal, what about Sun Cruiser?
You guys already know about Sun Cruiser. We've been drinking them all winter long, something that I had on the golf course at the beginning of summer that I thought, this will be a nice little summer thing. No. We keep drinking them here at Woodward Sports, and why wouldn't be? Because they're good. 4.5% alcohol, just 100 calories, only 1 gram of sugar. It literally checks every box for me. And oh, by the way, no bubbles, no carbonation. So again, they taste great. They're a proud partner of the Detroit Lions, and Spencer's drinking them all winter long. He keeps them in his fridge at home. I keep them in my fridge at home, and they're great, everyone. If you haven't tried them, next time you go grocery shopping, just get a 4-pack and try them. You'll see. You'll all see. Sun Cruisers. All right, back at it. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal Ruhl here in Dayton with Oakland basketball. Terry Durr. Back there in our studios in Birmingham, Spencer Raxter, Sweet Potato Cam, Also in there, all of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread. Good banter in the Woodward Sports chat thread. Terry, we've got a couple questions for you in the chat. Mike O. Terry, was that you on 7 Mile and Livernois, a.k.a. the Avenue of Fashion?
That was me. I went to the 313 store, and then across the street, there's a dude that just opened up a hat shop. I don't even know. It didn't even have a sign up. I just saw it, saw some hats, went in, got this hat, got some gifts for my kids. That was me.
And I'll be wearing.
Shout out.
I'll be wearing that hat on Friday, as a matter of fact. So
Yes.
Be on the lookout for that. Mike G wants to know, Terry, will you be rocking Gators at Jazz Fest in the spring?
Spring. Well, I hadn't planned on going to Jazz Fest, but I guess I have to go now.
And you have to get Gators.
Do they have Gator gym shoes?
I don't know. Then there's this from Corey Vlad in the chat. Terry is clueless, LMAO. Ben's offense, Ben was a great play caller and his run schemes were good. But the Bears have a top offensive line and the Lions do not. It's still Dan's offense.
Okay. Who put the offensive line together
Brad Holmes.
in Chicago?
Oh, Ben Johnson.
Bam. Who brought the philosophy, or maybe, let me put it this way, because this Lion fans got to, who stole the philosophy from the Lions? Ben Johnson, and he implemented it. He said, you need a great offensive line, need to run the football. But when you looked at that game, there was wrinkles in there that you don't see with the Detroit Lions. Am I wrong on that? I don't think so.
You are not wrong, Mr. K-Line. Woodward Sports chat thread, Desert Stallion. Neal, that ish pissed me off. How many times the commentators kept mentioning the Bears look like the Lions in the past 2 years? We know it's Ben Johnson, but man, that ish is played out. Desert Stallion, it's funny. So here in Dayton last night, they had just started talking about Ben Johnson and the Lions and the Bears, and then the local weather came in on a bulletin here. Because last night, Terry, when we got here to Dayton, it was 70 degrees. 70.
No,
right now it was
Shut
70
up.
degrees.
You're lying to me.
When we got here. I am
No
not
way.
lying to you. Right now the wind chill is 9. The wind chill, it was 70 12 hours ago here, dude. Like it's unbelievable. But I was mad because they cut in because we had severe thunderstorm warning and a tornado watch that came through here, which probably is the case when the temperature drops 50 degrees. But anyway, though, I was mad because I didn't get to hear what they were saying. What were they saying last night? I know that they did it multiple times, but there was one where they really were getting into it, and I didn't get to hear it. Did I miss anything good?
Well, they were saying that this looked a lot like the Lions, but you know what, folks? Let's get over it. It did look like the Lions from last year. And there were wrinkles, and I know we don't like Ben Johnson, and he's Benedict Arnold and everything, but the dude, he's doing a good job there. And we're probably... Is he going to be coach of the year? That's a very good chance he's going to be coach of the year this year.
He's a good coach.
He is.
He is. I can't get over how stunned people are by this. I never got over that.
It's not stunned, buddy. It's butthurt.
They told me he sucked. Remember we put
because
that.
They're butthurt. Because Ben Johnson left you. Ben Johnson went to a division rival. So it's not, he sucks and all this, but what they're trying to say is, I'm butthurt because he left my team. No, he's going to suck in Chicago, though. Oh, he's doing a great job? Nah, it's an anomaly. It's called butthurt, brother.
T. Martinesque in the chat. Humans are too hung up on race. Terry looks like Indiana Jones, not a quote black Indiana Jones. SMH. Terry, do you look like a black Indiana Jones?
No, what the guy's trying to say, I look like Indiana Jones. Okay?
You do.
That right. But we live in America, right? I actually look like black Indiana Jones because we live in America.
Terry, all you need is a big boulder rolling behind you, and you trying to run through a tunnel to get away from it.
And I need a whip and a little pistol.
Absolutely. The chat poll is closed. Does Brad Holmes need Gators for next year? 76% of the people said yes. 24% of the people said no. I have a question. If you were somebody in the chat that voted no, why? Why does Brad Holmes not need Gators? Terry, can you think of a reason?
Yes, because they don't understand football. Simple as that. No, Neal, they don't understand attitude. Brad Holmes became this nice, loosey-goosey guy. I'm going to do things by the book. If you're going to wear Gators, you walk into a room and say, fuck it. This is what I'm going to do. If you don't like it, see ya. I'm going to be aggressive, and you only get that attitude if you're wearing Gators.
That's fair.
Right?
Argue it. I challenge anyone to argue it. Poor Daryl in the super chat. Watching the season is going to be really hard for Brad Dan to mess up this offseason. No, our needs are going to be glaring and obvious. Poor Daryl, I'll wrap up the segment with this. You know, Terry did a wonderful job telling you what he wants to hear from Brad Holmes. I will not do as good of a job from that. I don't really care what he says. I care what he does. And we are at the time now. And we were at a time where you have to do some things going back to this that are uncomfortable. Brad Holmes is going to have to get out into the free agency market. And we're going to have to get a center. Because you are not, and I don't care if you take number 14 pick overall and get the best center on the board and you jump 10 teams to get them. I don't care. It's not something, we don't have the time to wait anymore. We don't. As you see the financial makeup of this Lions team, as you see that people get hurt, as you see it, we don't have time for a rookie tackle or a rookie guard or a rookie center to play out. We have time maybe for one of them to find their way, but we don't have time for two or three of them. We just don't.
And you know what else you don't have time for, brother? You don't have time to waste 2 or 3 third-round picks or a couple second-round picks to move up to draft somebody nobody ever heard of. You don't have time for that either.
No, yeah, and Terry, you don't. Like, look, I'll back you up on that one. You do not. And I will not say now people, because they think that this is linear and they think that the NFL draft is drafting in their fantasy league where you could just get a quarterback later and it's a guarantee to hit. That's where I will get off the highway on it. Like, I'm not saying, hey, you need a 4th round pick and you have to hit on this offensive lineman that you take in the 4th round. No, because that's unrealistic. That's a long shot. That's betting your family's grocery money on a 0-0 on the roulette board. But I will say this. Somebody says it in the chat too, MPWMU, we are wasting Gibbs' prime. Well, I mean, prime from a couple months ago. We didn't see a lot from Gibbs in the last month. And that's a factual statement. But with that being said, it is, Terry, I want to see and there's a fine line here between we don't have time and acting out of desperation. I don't think he needs to act out of desperation. But I do think that you need to be cognizant of the fact that we are running out of time now. It's not over. It's not going to be over after next year. The core of talent here is still good. But with all that being said, I want to see somebody who wants to work on an aggressive timeline. And that hasn't been the way that he's worked. And I understand the why. I don't have a problem with what Brad Holmes has done. I know a lot of people do right now because of the way this season played out. I do not. What I do know is we can't see a repeat of this year. And the only way to do that as in an expeditious fashion, I guess you could say, the only way that we can do that is to go out there and make a big move in free agency to address this offensive line. The centers are out there. They're out there. And look, it's going to make you uncomfortable to do that. Spencer, who is the king of the transaction, when you lay out what a Lindbaum contract at center would look like, It's uncomfortable. Spenny even clears his throat when you ask him. But damn it, those are some of the moves that you're going to have to do. And you're going to have to push some chips into the table. You just are. So it's not what I want to hear, Terry. It's what I want to see. That's what I want. His actions will tell me his words, will dictate the words.
You are, once again, so right, Mr. Kaline. Here's something, though, we do need to hear in the summer, and we have to hear from our fan base. Damn, that guy costs too much money, but he can play.
That's right. That's exactly. No, Terry, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
I need Spencer Raxter to look into that camera and go, man, I wanted that guy, but I don't know about this. I need that. Spencer Raxter's my barometer for that. I want us to sign somebody that's so big that Spencer looks in the camera and goes, I don't know about that. I love him. I love Lindbaum, but I don't know about this. That's what I want. And it doesn't have to be him. It's got to be somebody. You got to go add somebody that's turnkey, that's ready to go. It ain't happening in the draft, Terry. It's not, and we don't have time.
Here's what we need to hear Spenny say. Oh, he's got really good twitch, and he's got that white boy wiggle. He's strong. He's mean. Yeah, he probably costs a little bit too much, but I like him. That's what you want to hear.
That's it.
That's a home run.
No. Yep, 100%. And here, the granular folks in there. Jason, why not address the defensive? Why not address defense and edge rusher? It could be that. It could be that.
Right, but we've been talking about that for 2 years now. We can't mention it every time we talk about roster changes on this thing. We all know that. The fan base is screaming for it. The media is screaming for it. But what you had is Brad Holmes to say, look, kids, you don't know what you're talking about. He's flicking the cigar ashes on top of your head. I got this covered. And see, Terry, help.
Here we go in the chat, man. Apparently, Fino in the chat says teams are not built in free agency. Terry, during my little speech there, did you hear me say I need an overhaul and build this thing in free agency? No. We have key pieces that we need, and they have to be addressed now. Next year, too, guys. Especially if you lose the Chicago game or if the Vikings win, next year even expedites a timeline more because next year you get your 49ers stuff from this year. You get that schedule. You get the Giants and Arizona and Tennessee. You get that out. You get the favorable schedule. And as you go across the board, and I was doing this morning when I was eating breakfast, like look at those wins the 49ers have and who they came against. Look at the wins that the Bears got and who they came against. I'm not saying exclusively, so everybody just calm down. I know the Bears popped up and won at Philadelphia. I know that. But look at how the schedules are comprised, everybody. I'm not saying it's the singular thing, granular people. I'm not saying that. But it's a component. Is that fair to say? Yes, it's fair to say. So when you put all these things in the pot together and you're cooking it up, I need to see some urgency. Now.
Correct.
Now. I'm not saying die on the hill for a certain free agent, but you have to get one turnkey, ready-made piece. You don't get them in the draft. Either trade, free agency, I got to see one.
You don't build teams through free agency. Absolutely correct. But this team is built. They got St. Brown and Hutch and you know, all these pieces. They have built this team from the ground up. Now what you see, you look, this team is built, and you say, oh, there's some holes over here, need some patchwork over here. Now you're doing the patchwork. That's what free agency does for you. Now here we hear this all the time from GMs, whether in Detroit, Chicago, or the draft. I'm picking the best available player. In free agency, I'm picking for need. So get needy and greedy in free agency. Wearing your blue Gators, by the way.
Wearing your blue Gators, no doubt.
Right.
Sideless, 53-29. I'd be the first to say, he's in the super chat, I'd be the first to say I love Tesla. He broke a franchise rookie record and can do more. But we need to use those picks for needs or trades. I would say this. In the retrospect with the Tesla thing, I think that was for a need. I think that was for a third receiver. I think that, Terry, I think we saw just enough to be hopeful about Tesla. And I get what he was doing with it. Cherry bail bonds, overpay an F in center. And Cherry, you're going to have to overpay to get, because I don't think Baltimore, like, look, Lindbaum's a free agent because Baltimore turned down his 5th-year option. The reason Baltimore turned down his 5th-year option is because offensive linemen are all grouped together in terms of what that option ends up costing. Lindbaum's 5th-year option was $23 million. And for the Ravens, with where they are, and Lamar and all of that, they couldn't take that money on. But, Terry, I was told the cap's not real, but the Ravens just turned down Lindbaum's 5th-year option. Now, I think they did that because I think that they were going to go long-term with him and get him on a deal where it's a little more palatable as you stretch it out. But, Terry, that's where I want to see. And again, I'm not dying on the hill for this name, but I am dying on the hill for this philosophy where he gets involved and says, look, we're coming in here and we're making a move. And we're going to, if we got to overpay for someone, we'll overpay for someone.
And, like, I think the Lions could have, you know, like, Jack Campbell and Sam Laporta hit up their boy and be like, hey, Tyler, like, come run it back with the boy, because they all went to Iowa. You know, I'm sure they're all friends. I'm sure they all still talk. And yeah, if I am Brad Holmes, I am doing whatever it takes to get Lindenbaum here at any cost. And I'm talking up, like, we're getting to $25 million a year. That's something that I'm willing to do. I talked about it on the heavyweights. The way I look at it now, the way I'm seeing this organization, the way I'm seeing this team, if you want to compete for Super Bowls with Jared Goff as your quarterback, you have to have the best offensive line in the NFL, and especially interior offensive line. And so if that costs you one of these skill position guys or the inability to re-sign a Brian Branch or something like that, that's something that you're just going to have to fucking do. Because the most important thing is to have a solidified offensive line so Jared Goff can be comfortable in the pocket, make his reads, and deliver the ball. Like, when he does, he's one of the best in the league. And you have to make sure that that is a staple of your offense. Anything else can be anything else, but if the one thing you need is to have the best offensive line in the league.
Correct. And you mentioned Tesla. And I will say this, Tesla is a cute little piece.
Yeah.
But did you really need him? Because, or could you have put those 3rd-round draft picks and pooled them together to get yourself somebody stout, mean, with a big butt on your defensive line? Which would you rather have had? I think it was more important, the way the Lions are built, it was more important to find somebody for that defensive line that you can groom and move in and grow that position. Tesla, you know what? We saw, great catch. Did you see that catch? Oh, damn. And then you don't see him for a month. So why don't you see him? Well, you know, there's St. Brown, Laporta, Gibbs. There's so many weapons here. Don't have enough balls to go around. So to me, that's a guy being wasted. But if you get some young buck coming in here, rattling the quarterback, that's more important for the Lions this year.
Terry, can I just push back on the Tesla thing like this?
Push.
Look, I'm not going to take the exception and make it the rule because that's the thing that I talk about all the time. But what if I just told you, if we took the name off of it, would you give up a 3rd-round pick? Would you give up a 3rd-round pick for a wide receiver that catches 5 touchdowns for you that you only have to pay $1.2 million to?
No.
I would make that trade every single day, Terry. Every single day. An NFL receiver that catch that especially for this team, Terry. Especially for this team. Look at JMO. Look at Amon-Ra. You have to get creative to get a 3rd receiver. He makes $1.6 million a year, Terry.
You don't need him. That's like having a chick on the side and you like your baby, your main mama. There's just not enough balls to go around. I mean, I forgot about JMO. Remember how Tesla is supposed to replace J-Mo? Well, it doesn't look like that's happening. So you got St. Brown, you got Laporta, you got J-Mo, and Gibbs is a weapon out of the backfield. But when you have a team that's giving up 5-6 yards a carry on the ground and then people gashing them, you needed to do something with that. You know, when the Lions were good, here's what blinded us when the Lions were good. Ben Johnson blinded us. We saw a great offense and blah, blah, blah. That was wonderful. But here was what really made the Lions good. Nobody could run against them. If somebody got 3 yards, you're like, okay, that's a good little carry. Guys were getting 1-2 yards against the Lions, sometimes 3. They weren't gashing them. When the Lions became bad, yes, the offense regressed, but that defense was getting gashed on the ground. And if you somehow could have found a way to fortify that defensive line along with the linebackers, then you would have been in much better shape. You might have been in the playoffs this year. Taking your chances.
Hey, Terry, will Tesla have more than 5 receiving touchdowns next year? I don't
know. But I know as it stands now, I don't care. As it stands now, I know the Lions' defense is going to give up more than 5 yards per carry. That scares me more. Look, baby
Spenny,
boy,
do you think
wide receivers are luxuries, yes, and you do need them. They're the cutie pie that is not giving up anything, if you know what I'm talking about. But you need the old bread. You need the heifer inside who gonna block the front door. When the police come barging in trying to break down the door, she's gonna stand there and say, "No, not on my watch." That's what you need. Tesla cannot do that.
I think this is a good place to stop right now.
Oh, damn, he's sick of me.
And look, here comes a Grambler. Did Tesla get you in the playoffs? Spenny, at $1.6 million as a wide receiver that has 5 touchdown catches, a good value in the NFL.
It is. And I like Tesla. I do. I think he's going to be very good. But they gave up a lot of assets to get him. And those assets could have been used to recoup other positions like the defensive and offensive line. So, do I hate Tesla as a player?
This young man.
But I don't like the transaction.
Neal is down there in 70-degree Dayton. What would you rather have? A wide receiver who caught 5 touchdowns or defense that gave up 3 yards per carry? Shoot.
Well, a third-round pick, Terry's not going to make that difference.
But it could gradually lead to that. That's what you should be. But
it probably won't. But the math says it won't be.
Okay. So what did those 5 touchdown passes get you? 8 and 8? Is that good enough for you?
It got me a guy that I think if we put it to a chat poll right now will be much better next year than he was this year, and will still cost me $1.6 million. He will outperform his salary.
If you can get him on the field next year, J-Mo, St. Brown, Laporta, Gibbs still going to be on the roster probably.
Yes,
and
but Khalif Raymond will not. Khalif Raymond will not be on the roster next year.
He's still going to be your number 4, 5 guy.
Mm-hmm.
And you're still going to be getting gashed on the ground. That does not bode well for me.
But that third-round pick is not going to change your defensive fortunes, Terry.
It may have after a couple
I can
years.
get granular too. After a couple of years, right?
And next year is year 2. Couple.
I'll just go back to it. Tesla will be even better next year. He will, and he will be a huge value, Terry, a huge value. That I would be willing to give up a third-round pick to take him in the third round. To pay him that much money.
It sounds like I'm gonna get drunk again next year on Old Fashioned.
All right, hey Terry, we'll run it back next year. If Tesla has more than 5 receiving touchdowns next year, Old Fashioned on the line.
Let me think about this. I probably need to talk to my counselor to make sure that I'm not drinking too much at Neal's expense. But you know what? I don't want to become an alcoholic because I'm betting against the Lions.
Well, he's got 6 this year, so it would be more than 6.
Oh, okay.
So there you go. I'm in for that. I'm in for it.
And what seed are the Lions this year?
They're not seeded.
Oh, they didn't. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mike
Whatever
O.
you say.
Mike O. TK85 is a great value too. All right, Spenny. Anytime you put Tom Kennedy in there, I'm going to read it. Spenny, we missed this one badly, did we?
Yeah, we did big time.
All right. How do you want to put the pieces back together?
Yeah, there's really no way to do it. We just kind of got to rip the Band-Aid off. So let's just do 3 and then 2.
Okay.
So let me tell you about BlackRock first. Shout out to BlackRockRestaurants.com. Go find a location near you. They got a ton of new menu items like their Cajun steak bites. They have the crab stuffed portobellas with hollandaise and the Enforcer, a 25-ounce steak courtesy of Darren McCarty coming to the menu. Check it out. Go to BlackRockRestaurants.com. And Cam, what about Chill Medicated?
Let's face it, no matter what we do, we all have our aches and pains that we deal with on a daily. Providing you with reliable relief so that you can live your best life is what Chill Medicated is here to do. Chill Medicated's line of topical products are non-transdermal, meaning it does not get you high, making it the perfect fit for all-day use in any environment. Find reliable relief where it matters most. Pain may be inevitable, but suffering is not. Try it today at chillmedicatedcbd.com.
And what about Jack's Car Wash?
Jack's Car Wash, everybody. Look, I can get you a free Jack's Car Wash. Text WSN to 888-522-1729. Then poof, a free Jack's Car Wash appears on your phone. If you get your car washed twice a month, you need to go to jackscarwash.com. Take a look at the subscription options. For roughly the cost of about 2 car washes per month, you can get your car washed an unlimited amount of, like Russell Wilson, unlimited amount of times throughout the month at over 40 plus Jack's Car Wash locations. They'll have a free vacuums, free compressed air, the free mat cleaning rooms, and every Jack's Car Wash ends with a hand towel drying service. jackscarwash.com.
Get ready for the ultimate sports experience. Join former University of Michigan star and NFL sensation Braylon Edwards alongside the charismatic Shep.
Braylon Edwards, touchdown Michigan!
As they break down the latest in sports like never before. Tune into the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep.
Touchdown, Braylon Edwards!
Weekdays from 2 to 4 p.m. only on the Woodward Sports Network. Don't miss out on hot topics, insider insights, and the banter that keeps you coming back for more. Woodwardsports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward Sports gear. Woodwardsports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at woodwardsports.com.
About Sharon's, Neal.
Sharon's Heating and Air Conditioning, everybody. Still time, though not a lot of time. Literally hours left. If you are a DTE gas customer, real quick, go to SharonsHeating.com. Get the details on how you can get linked up with a free furnace inspection by being a DTE gas customer from Sharon's Heating. You can schedule appointments online. Here's a neat little thing, too. You know that furnace is getting towards the end. You can get a free instant quote on their website. If you want to do the whole home generator, free instant quote on their website. They have the finance options as well, so you can figure out how you're going to pay for it all. It's Sharon's. They've been in the game since the early 80s. Sharon's Heating and Air Conditioning.
What about Gold Crown?
All right, fellas, let's talk about something that takes your chill game to championship level. Gold Crown. You know the slogan, smoke like royalty. Gold Crown is a Michigan brand through and through with some of the finest cannabis products in the state. Whether it's their Crown Jewel gummies packed with flavor and effects that will keep you vibing, or their infused Jesters pre-rolls that hit harder than a Lions linebacker. Gold Crown is all about giving you top shelf quality without the royal price tag. All rise for the reign of royal highs. Only with Gold Crown.
All right, keeping it pushing. Neal Ruhl, Terry Foster. I'm live in Dayton with Oakland basketball. Oakland against Wright State tonight. You can listen to it on the Odyssey app. T. Foster is in the house in Birmingham. Spencer Raxter, Sweet Potato Cam, all of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread. Subscribe to it. We're closing in on 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, which is crazy, but here we are. Woodward Sports Super Chats, just Little Brian. I want to see what Rakestraw, Lovett, Baki, and Dan Jackson can do. Also, please don't draft another defensive tackle. So there's that one out there. He sent it twice, but just Little Brian, we appreciate you, man, jumping into there. All right, Terry, because I do want to get to the Michigan coach thing in a couple minutes, but there was something else I did want to touch on. Have you been hearing the rumblings? And Spenmo put it on the sheet. Looks like the Lions might be raiding Ben Johnson's staff possibly for the next offensive coordinator. Terry, are you out there in the community at all? Have you heard anything about this?
The little birds have not told me that, but I'm all for it. This is going to be a rivalry. Detroit and Chicago is supposed to be nasty. Raid them. Ben Johnson made fun of your quarterback. He made fun of Jared Goff. He's mocking you again because he's going to win the Central Division or the Northern Division. So, yeah. And he had the audacity to leave Detroit to go to Chicago. That alone right there tells me raid his ass.
Terry, look, man.
Don't try to rationalize it.
Don't you? Okay, yeah. Here, there's 30 of these jobs in the world. Do you want one? Yes, I do.
Yes.
Come on, Terry.
No, correct. He should have taken the job. But the Lions have the right to be assholes also. Oh, so you going to be in our division? All right. You're going to have hell to pay. We're going to be nasty to you. We had a great run, but you went to our rivals. Nobody in Detroit likes Chicago. Nobody in Detroit likes the Bears. You can't tolerate them. So, yeah, he has the right to take that job. He probably made the right move to take it. But Detroit and the Lions have the right and should make things as uncomfortable as possible for him.
Woodward Sports chat thread. One good turn deserves another. It would be funny, if they did do that. Because Ben Johnson calls the plays in Chicago. That's he is the play caller. Do they have Eric Bieniemy there? Don't they?
Yeah, but that brother's been overlooked for everything.
They do have Eric Bieniemy.
Yeah, I mean,
what's he do there? Because he's not the coordinator, is he?
He's the offensive line coach.
Offensive line coach, huh? Do we have any interest in that, Terry? Came from Andy Reid.
Well, you know what? I did a few years ago because I thought that was just a brother being picked on, but he didn't call the plays under Andy Reid. Now he's not calling them under Ben Johnson. So now he's going to come here, and Dan Campbell may not like what he sees the first 3 games, probably lose his play calling ability here. So I'm going to say pass on Bieniemy.
All right, Spenny, you tell me, man. What's the street saying here in the early going?
I don't know. We'll have to see. I mean, I wouldn't mind Eric Bieniemy if that's the route you want to go. I think, like I said, with your new offensive coordinator, I think you need to get somebody that is tied into either the Rams, the 49ers, or the Bears, because I need some of that run game. I need some of that creativity in the offense, and I think those are the 3 best offensive minds in the NFL. I don't think it's really close when you look at Kyle Shanahan, Sean McVay, and Ben Johnson. So, I think if you're rating coaching staffs, those are the three I would look at. And obviously, Eric Bieniemy, he's been around the league for a long time. He's been with other great offensive minds like Andy Reid as well. He's never really had the opportunity to be that play caller, because when he was the offensive coordinator, obviously in Kansas City, it was Andy Reid's offense and he was calling the plays. So maybe he's looking at that as an opportunity. I would not be mad if you went Eric Bieniemy. That's for sure.
But here's what scares me. I heard like 8-10 years ago, Eric Bieniemy, hot name, hot coach. If he gets away from Andy Reid, you're going to see how hot this guy is. I'm still waiting for the hotness, bro. Where is it? He's still Eric Bieniemy with the Kansas City Chiefs, and he's had 2 or 3 different jobs.
Real cream of wheat in the chat. No to Bieniemy, please, dear God. So it ain't the hot name in the chat either.
No, I wouldn't go, oh, dear God, no. I would just say no.
That's fair. Thomas Roro, Todd Bowles for defensive coordinator. He's not going to get fired in Tampa, is he? Is he?
Yes.
If they lose to Carolina, he probably will.
Is he? He's not going to get fired. Really?
If they miss the playoffs, if he loses to Carolina, I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay, Neal, he won't get fired.
And he's boys with Dan Campbell.
There would be a mutual parting.
Yes.
You know how that goes.
Lems 31M. Bieniemy is Matt Patricia. There is hatred in the streets for Eric Bieniemy, man.
From my end, it's not hatred, but from my end is how long do we have to wait for this guy to become great? Because I heard 8 to 10 years ago, that's a long time ago. Oh, wait until Eric Bieniemy, spreads his wings. This brother's going to be really bad. I'm still waiting.
Spenny, can we chat poll that just real quick? I want to see where the streets. Eric Bieniemy next OC, yes or no? I'm fascinated to see what this is.
Oh no, you got to do yes, no, and oh God, no.
Yes. Woodward Sports chat thread. Matt Broder in the house. I like Bulls, but no to him. I'm still too butthurt from Casey Rogers miss. That was a miss, no doubt. All right, we'll let that poll cook. Spenny, do we need to get back on the clock? Or are we good?
Yeah, we probably should.
All right, let's get back on the clock. When we come back, dude, Michigan football. All right.
Beautiful. Well, let me tell you about Mad Packs. Go to getmadpacks.com to find a store near you carrying the best product in the game. You heard of the high-lows. You heard of the Boom Shakalacas. Now they have their own line of concentrates, and it's not like middleman. It's not made here by them and then this there. No, it is made in the Mad Packs facility that they built to do specifically that. So make sure you check out. Go to getmadpacks.com, find it near you. You know it's the cleanest. You know it's the best. Go check it out. It's Mad Packs. And let me tell you about Wicked Pickle. Make sure you check out the Woodward Sports Pickleball Open January 9th. The heavyweights will be broadcasting live from Wicked Pickle in Westland. And that kicks off a whole weekend of awesome pickleball tournaments. So make sure you go to pickleballtournaments.com to sign up for your chance to play with or against some of your favorite Woodward Sports personalities. It's Wicked Pickle and the Woodward Sports Pickleball Open on January 9th. Go check it out. Wicked Pickle in Westland.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon. Braylon Edwards and Shaq Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsAndSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Neal Ruhl here for Buddy's Pizza. That's right, still time. They're still doing the gift card deal here through the holidays. So if you have that last-minute family get-together, you're kind of pressed for a gift, get a $50 Buddy's gift card, you'll get a free 4-square one-topping pizza. Pizza, love, enjoy, everyone. It's still the holiday season. If you're going to give a great gift, like $50 Buddy gift cards that can be used at over any one of the 20 Buddy's Pizza locations in and around the Metro Detroit area, why not get a free 4-square one-topping pizza for yourself? Buddy's Pizza. Pizza, love, enjoy. Neal Ruhl, Terry Foster back at it. KG, Spencer Raxter, all of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread. Woodward Sports chat poll. Eric Bieniemy for Lions offensive coordinator. 77% of the people say no, Terry.
Okay.
You say no.
Anybody say, oh, God, no?
39% say, oh, God, no, and
Oh, God,
39% say just no. So,
Okay.
so there's that.
That's more than
But
100%.
yeah,
Did anybody
Well,
say
Terry,
yes?
like you, 21% or 22% right now. So,
Okay.
Terry, I'm kind of stunned by that because people usually love names.
Yeah, but what name has he been? He used to be a name, and so he's living off of what he could have been 8 to 10 years ago. But at this point of his career, you should have been hearing about some great things that he did, about some great offenses that he put together, about some great play calls. We haven't heard any of that.
Real quick, some NFL news. Adam Schefter said that Micah Parsons announced on Instagram he's undergoing his ACL surgery today. Also, too, Marcus Freeman has announced that he's staying at Notre Dame in 2026. Schefter said NFL teams were interested in him. So there's that out there as well. All right, Terry, change the shift here. Michigan football. Kyle Whittingham was announced. He is down in Florida with the team now, as a matter of fact. And Terry, I like this move for Michigan, not because of football stuff. I like it because Michigan fans will give me the content that I go to social media for, where I will hear about how this was the guy all along, and this is a home run hire, and Michigan is back. Am I correct on that? Am I wrong on that? Where are you at with it?
You will hear that, but I will say this. I'm surprised that Michigan got somebody this good because the timing was all wrong. People had signed extensions. People were booing up with their schools, telling them how much they loved them. And then Michigan came around, and they were like hanging up the phone. So this was a stroke of luck, a stroke of fortune, whatever you want to do. And the Block M did work because when he said that he wanted to come here because it was Michigan. So I think he's already in Michigan slappy. He's got to learn how to hate Ohio State. I don't think he's there yet. But I'm going to call this hire a ground rule double. You still brought in a couple runs. You're still up at the plate. Home run, no, but a nice ground rule double.
Here's how I'll describe it, Terry. I think it was as good as they could have done given the circumstances.
Bam.
However, Terry, that doesn't mean that that you are, quote, back competing with Ohio State for Big Ten championships. It does not mean that to me. We saw this at Utah. Like, Utah was good. You know what Utah was? They were basically 9-3 Michigan. Like,
but they did win Utah 10 games 5 times.
Yes, they did.
And that's a magic plateau there. If you win 10 games, you know, by half the time you'll get into the college playoffs. And I think what this is And yeah, I'm going to go against the grain with Michigan people. I know it's always beat Ohio State, beat Ohio State. But I think what this does is you make sure that you're not losing to Purdue, that you're not losing to Wisconsin, that you're kicking Michigan State's ass 70% of the time. This is what this does.
Well, Terry, they've done that. They did that this year. They essentially this year did exactly what you were talking about. They beat all those teams. Mm-hmm. But when they played anybody with a pulse, anybody that was in the playoff, they got cooked. Like that's the difference, Terry. And my question is like, all right, if we want to get down into it and we want to cut the shit about it, what's he going to do for Bryce? Is he going to unlock the passing game? Are you going to take a step into the modern times of college football? Because Michigan hasn't had a 1,000-yard receiver since 2013, Terry. Utah hasn't had a 1,000-yard receiver since 2013, Terry. What's he going to do differently?
You don't
what's he going to do to – what's he – no, Terry, what do you mean you don't need one? Look around you, Terry. Look at all these programs. Like, you see what it takes? You see what it takes to win, Terry. Bryce Underwood had 9 passing touchdowns last year. 9. What's he going to do to unlock that? Or could it be Bryce? I guess we're going to find out next year, right?
We will. And I hate bringing this up again. The Howell Highlanders, he only passed 9 times.
It's a fine ball club, Terry.
The Howell Highlanders. So there is no, and no one will say this, but there's no faith in this guy to pass the ball, to unleash things. So what you got to do is, A, before you start unleashing Bryce Underwood, A, you got to coach him up. B, you got to believe in him. C, you let him go. I don't think Michigan's coaching staff really, truly believes in Bryce Underwood. Because you know what? They probably saw that game film against the Howell Highlanders and said, okay, run the ball.
Woodward Sports chat thread. Steve Wilds is so annoying. Okay, so Steve, are these legitimate questions or no? Terry, are these legitimate questions on that?
Very legit.
Or should we just say, Kyle Whittingham, man, look out, Ohio State, he's here.
Well, he's not going to be messing around with young white girls, so that's out of the equation. I'm gonna safely say that's not going to happen. So
that's not a positive, Terry. That's not something that you go to and say, all right, hey, good job here. Hey, he won't be DMing Instagram models during halftime of the game.
Is he a better coach than Sharon Moore?
Yes, Terry.
Okay.
But was there more energy for him getting the job or Kyle Whittingham from the fans? So Steve Wilds and the people that say you're annoying, Neal, how about you keep it 100? You tell me this. Were you more excited for were Michigan fans, Terry, more excited for Sharon Moore to be coach or Kyle Whittingham? And you know the answer.
Well, that was before they found out about the white girls. If they knew that, then they wouldn't want Sharon Moore. And plus the other thing, did anybody ever say, Sharon Moore is a great coach? God dang, just let him go. Nobody said that.
Terry, there's a lot of very pretty Asians on Michigan's campus. Should Kyle Whittingham avoid them as well? What's the kryptonite for him?
I do not know.
Okay.
But I'm assuming Michigan is not going to hire back-to-back coaches.
No, that's the whole thing with Whittingham. Is like he's a Boy Scout. He's a very, very well respected as like a very, just straightforward guy. And like take it with a grain of salt. That is Joel Klatt because he's a Michigan slappy. But he did say like if his kids went to a college, he would want them to be coached by Whittingham, and that is the that's the thing. He's a very, very good guy, very honest man, very respectable guy, and I think that's why they did it. On top of him being a very good coach, like he was very good for Utah for a while. So
plus the other
it was a good hire.
He's 66 years old.
Yeah, he's a grandpa.
When he looks at young white girls, he said, "Oh, that could be my granddaughter. I'll leave that alone."
That's not a positive, Terry. That's not a positive to the football coach at Michigan, Terry.
It's a positive.
Yeah, I'm trying to have a serious conversation with you, Terry, and you keep giving me snow bunnies and white girls on Instagram.
Well, okay. If there were no white girls, would Sharon Moore be the coach of Michigan now?
You got all the white girls out of the scenario?
You wipe out all the white girls from the face of the earth, Sharon Moore would be Michigan's quarterback, and he would go 7-5 next year. This is a blessing in disguise for Michigan.
What about the football, Terry? What about the football?
Okay. Is Willingham a better coach than Sharon Moore? Yes.
Yes.
Would he have been given this great opportunity if not for white girls? No. So once again, a blessing in disguise for Go Blue Nation. No, seriously, what if there were no white girls in Ann Arbor, would he be coach now?
Probably not.
No. So you
don't know,
got
Terry.
to factor in the white girls before you assess this whole thing.
That is an independent variable.
Right. Tell me
Terry.
I'm wrong.
Well, all right, Terry, then I'll put that on its ear then. Then what about the white girl? No one's thinking of the white girls in Ann Arbor right now, are they? No one. What about them? They're losing out now.
They are losing out, but we don't care because has a white girl in Ann Arbor or anywhere won any football games for anybody? No.
The Colts owner, she won some games.
No, she didn't.
That is true.
No, she didn't.
Terry, all right. But getting back to it though, here's my final question about it. Am I sorry if I just don't see the parade down Stadium Street of a coach that has lost 14 games in the last 3 years? Like he's 23-14 in the last 3 years, Terry, at Utah.
Okay.
Sorry if I'm not,
right.
and that's with a 10-2 season.
All right, Honey Bun, where is he? Utah, right? Utah is where you can't get talent like you can at Michigan. Brothers don't want to go to Utah because if they mess with white girls, they put them in jail. So you're not going to get the best talent. In Ann Arbor, if you messing with white girls and you're a player, not a coach, you get a pat on the back. Attaboy. There you go. So he's going to get better talent in Michigan.
Was he? And I know I'm a hater. I know I'm a hater, Terry, for just reading this off the screen. 23-14 the last 3 years. Hater.
Utah.
Mountain West.
Right.
Well, they're not in the Mountain West anymore.
Big 12.
All right. But you know what? Check this record. How tough was it to win in the mountains of Utah? It was tough. They had a tough place to play. But, dude, it's Utah, brother.
Utah.
Yeah, they trying to get these dudes from California to come there. They said, nah, we ain't doing that.
All right. I wanted to ask the questions. I'm the bad guy. I say 23-17. I'm a hater.
Right.
So
babe, he ain't gonna
sorry,
go
Terry.
23-17 at Michigan.
Okay. I just wanted to ask the question but he was the guy they wanted all along, right? Everybody in the chat.
No, that part is
what
not
the Michigan
true.
fans want.
He is not the guy they wanted all along.
But wait a minute, Terry. I thought that they could just, quote, go get any coach they wanted to. They're Michigan, unquote.
Well, normally they could, but the timing was wrong. So they couldn't get anybody they wanted. I'm going to use this word. They had to settle, but they were fortunate that they got this guy. I think he comes in with a great work ethic. From my understanding is he's a player's coach that could be a little bit of a jerk, and that's probably what you need with young athletes.
Yep.
He's already bought into the Block M and the Michigan bullshit. I don't know if I'd call him a Michigan man yet, but he's going to be that pretty quickly.
Well, Sharon was a Michigan man. Spenny,
yeah, but Sharon
your thoughts?
Wasn't a real coach, man.
Spenny, what's your take on it, man?
I think it's a good hire by Michigan. He's, like I said, he's a good coach. He's been around for a while. He's 100 years old, but, I mean, he'll definitely have them with the talent that they get competing for playoff berths. So, I thought it was a good hire. Doesn't like strike fear into me that much, but he's a good coach for sure.
Okay. I wanted to see. The people aren't really saying a lot about it, so I think that kind of tells you all you need to know. Let's do this and let's take the break. Tell them about where are we going, Loom?
I'll tell them about Lady Jane's. Lady
Jane's,
Jane's Haircuts for Men open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. Stop in, sit down, relax, get an award-winning haircut from one of our lovely, talented stylists. You get a hot leather neck shave, a scalp massage, a hot towel treatment, all that wrapped into one in the King's treatment. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men open 7 days a week. It's wicked awesome. And Cam, what about Loom?
Loom winter has got Michigan buzzing, and Loom is back with 2 new flavors. Grab the new orange and lemon lime buzzing today. Crisp, smooth, perfectly buzzed at 7.5 milligrams THC, or crank up that buzzing max 100 milligrams of cherry, strawberry, or watermelon bliss. Low cal, hangover free, and all Michigan made. Find them now at loom.com or any of Loom's 41 locations. Remember to use code WSN30 to get 30% off your entire order.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
Spider Legs from Jars. Go check it out. You can find it at any Jars location near you. They are premium pre-rolls rolled in the keef. And like you guys know, if you are a frequent user of cannabis, you know that packaging is really big in the cannabis world, and all the different brands have their specific things. I really like the Spider Legs packaging. It's this glass container with a wood top. It's very sleek, very elegant, and they just got great product. We were at the Meat Puff Connect. We saw the guys hand rolling them there, and we tasted them there. They're great stuff. You can find them in a ton of dispensaries, including every Jars location near you. Follow them on Instagram at Spider Legs Official.
All right, Neal Ruhl, Terry Foster back here at it. You guys in the chat, Michigander 1212. Neal, he's a Hall of Fame head coach. Okay, he's also 23-14 in the last 3 years. He hasn't won a bowl game since 2017 when he won the Hearts of Dallas Bowl. After coming off the win of the Foster Farms Bowl. Coming off back-to-back wins in the Las Vegas Bowl. No, spending I'm reading this. Like I get messages saying he's a Hall of Fame coach.
We don't.
And then I get.
We don't care
and then
about
I get
bowls.
Steve. Okay, I know. Bo Schembechler was there forever. Steve Wild's in the chat. He's a good hire, Neal. So cry. I'm asking the question. Are these fair questions? Why isn't he still at Utah then? Why?
His time at
stepped
Utah
down.
is past. You can only stay at a place for so long. Like after
He
2
stepped
decades.
down.
After 2
Well,
decades.
why would he step down, new guy Cam? Why would he step down? He's a Hall of Fame coach.
His
That's a
message
good
grew
question
stale
for
there.
Coach Whittingham, my brother. Perfect question
Oh, sure.
for new
Hey,
coach.
surely the Michigan media asked that, right?
All right, let me ask you a question. Where would you rather coach, Utah or Michigan?
Oakland.
Well, well, seeing as I was like at Utah since 2005, and then all of a sudden I stepped down and then took a new job 6 days later. Terry, you're a journalist.
Mm-hmm.
Would you have asked that question?
Sure. But I also know this. The Michigan job wasn't supposed to be open. It became open, so you just kind of So I'm at Utah here. I'm getting a little itchy around here. Maybe I need a change.
Run the Monkey says Sharon never should have been hired. That's not what literally anybody said before.
That is true. And you know who pushed for him most to get hired? Jim Harbaugh.
As a placeholder.
Right. Jim Harbaugh, a guy that gave you a national championship, but screwed your program over also.
It's funny, I don't hear, there's not one person in this chat that said, man, I really supported Sharon Moore being the coach. Because I remember when he got hired, Spenny, remember we did those shows? Maybe I'm misremembering. Do you remember all these people that said, no, not Sharon Moore? Do you remember those people?
I don't.
Oh, odd.
But it's all right. I mean,
but in fairness to them, they had to see what type of job he was going to do. You always believe in the Michigan coach if you're a Michigan fan. I get that part.
It's part of being a fan.
Then you get to see his body of work, and then you can change your mind and say, you know what, I don't like what I saw. But here's a guy who is a Hall of Fame coach, who has been a head coach for, 22, 23 years. So he must know something. And he's coming to the University of Michigan, a program where you can get talent. So you add all those things together. I'm not calling it home run, ground rule double, though. What are you calling it, Neal? A pop-up to second base? Or what? How would you?
I think a ground rule double is pretty. That's a astute observation by you, Mr. Terrence Reginald.
Thank you. It's Reginald. You got to roll the R.
I would call it a sharply hit single, Terry.
Okay.
Given in a 1-2 count, they were up against it, and they took a good pitch and they made good contact, and they hit it into the outfield for a single.
Okay. But you know what could have happened? They could have been hiring the head coach at Ferris State, or the head coach at Dayton, or the head coach at Cincinnati, or something like that. But now, and once again, I think Michigan is fortunate that things fell in place after the Sharon Moore debacle, that they got a good dude. Dude, this was a national embarrassment for Michigan. And I'm sure a bunch of dudes are like, oh, they must be crazy in Ann Arbor. I don't want any part of this job. So when you have that going against you, then you have to hire the coach in Northern Michigan or Central Michigan or something like that to try to solidify yourself so you can become a good program 8-10 years down the road. But this guy fell into their lap. He's a good coach. Can we all agree on that?
Yes.
Okay. And he's going to win a bunch of ball games. He'll win some Big Ten titles. I don't know about the national.
Will he?
I think
will he win a Big Ten title?
He will.
Spenny, will he win a Big Ten title?
Probably, yeah.
Really?
Don't just ask that question. Will he win a big title in blank years? That should be the question.
Woodward Sports Super Chat, LaBartney, shout out Lumen Buzzin'. Those things are incredible.
Shout out.
So there's that one. Shout out, absolutely. I don't know about that, Terry. Well, I was told he's only going to be here for a couple of years, right? He's a placeholder. Isn't that what we're being told, or no?
4 years, and then he's gone.
4 years?
Mm-hmm.
I don't see a path to him winning a Big Ten championship during that time here. He's going to overtake Ohio State, Indiana.
Did you see a path for the Chicago Bears winning the NFC North a year ago?
I did not.
You did not.
Did I see it?
People
did
didn't
I see
even
a path
see it.
For it? No.
No. So stuff changes.
Every single day.
Mm-hmm.
Woodward Sports chat thread.
Oh, you know, we need
Foster.
KG today. I would say, KG, is Michigan going to win a Big Ten title in the next 4 years? Pecan Cam, or no, you're Sweet Potato Cam. Is Michigan going to win a Big Ten title in football in the next 4 years?
You betcha, T-Foss.
See there? There we go, Neal. He didn't say yes. He said, you betcha. He's excited.
Woodward Sports Chat, Michigander 12-12. The lack of ball knowledge is insane. Ground rule double, sharply hit single. Y'all just wait and see him beat Ohio State and win Big Ten titles. Woodward Sports chat thread. Where was it? Gromit. Neal didn't like those answers. I still didn't get an answer to my thing. Is he 23-14 the last 3 years? Has he not won a bowl game since 2018?
But
is
did
he
he do that in
years
Utah?
old? Wait, what do you mean? Did he do? Well, I was just told Utah was like this sweet place. Like it's an incredible job.
It's a sweet place for white people. Y'all like it because you got mountains and valleys and fords or whatever those things are. It ain't for us. So the fact that you went 23-14, I applaud him.
You're not a mountain fan, Terry?
No, actually, I'm going to go to Utah and I'm going to look over one of those valleys, hoping I won't fall in it.
There you go.
I've been to Utah. I went to Bryce Canyon. Damn it.
I've never been to Utah.
But when I was there, I said, "Damn, I wish I could stay here for 4 years and be a Ute. I never said that. He's coming to Ann Arbor.
You didn't say, "Hey, I'm gonna stay here for 20 years and I'm gonna rack up Las Vegas Bowl wins and Hearts of Dallas Bowl wins and not win a bowl game in 6 years, 7 years, and everybody will tell me this is sweet." And also to have Gromit, he will win multiple Big Ten championships in 5 years. So here we go. This is so.
Right.
So Terry,
Neal.
do I get to say I was told if this doesn't happen?
You
do I get to say it?
You do, and you know what? I'm going to introduce you. If that happens, I'm going to say, "Hello, my name is Terry Foster. Michigan has not won a Big Ten title in 8 years. I'm going to shut my fucking mouth up now and present to you Neal, the real deal Ruhl. Neal, take it away.
Thank you very much.
But is this young man going to have better talent in Michigan than he did at Utah?
Is he going to have better talent?
Yes.
I mean, yeah.
Okay, then why can't he, as a really good coach, develop that talent into something championship caliber? Why can't he not do that?
Terry, will he be competing against better talent than he was in Utah?
Yeah, but he still got Purdue, Wisconsin, Iowa, Michigan State. He still got that.
I think he's a top 5 coach in the Big Ten right now.
Okay.
I would still put Day, Signetti, and Dan Lanning over him. But, yeah. That's a good hire. I think it's a good hire. And
it's a very fine hire.
Very fine. Very fine, reasonable coaching hire.
Absolutely.
And he's a fine young man. But I don't think Michigan's going to be national title contenders in the next 5 years, or real serious ones. They might make the playoffs, but they can win the Big Ten once in the next 5 years. Absolutely. I have faith in this.
I don't think. So, Terry, you don't think they can win a national title? Do you think Ohio State can win a national title in the next 5 years?
They could. But Ohio State can also – Indiana could – but Indiana could also have a year or two where they come back down to earth. This whole Indiana is a powerhouse thing is not going to last forever. Then they're not going to be feeble Indiana again, but, this magic carpet ride is going to end someday. Right? And Ohio State is not going to be Ohio State because of the portal and NIL and everybody else doing the same stuff that Ohio State used to do. So at some point, and Michigan is going to be closer in talent to Ohio State in the next 5 years, and sometimes you're going to be able to beat them. Ohio State's not going to win the next 6 games against Michigan.
Woodward Sports chat, Marco Blue 36. We got to prove it first. Let's see how he does with that schedule next season. Dante 151. Wait, so the Big Ten title is more important than the national title? Good job on setting your goals low, Michigan. I was told national championship is the goal. Dante, I was told the same thing. Maybe we were both lied to. Spenny, we got anything we got to clean up before we bounce?
No, we're good.
We're good?
Yep.
All right. Terry, I will see you on Friday.
I can't. You better. No. You better be here Friday. Note this. I'm going to show up. Your ass better be here.
I will be
serious.
there on Friday. You, I, and Spenny are going to go to a local Birmingham establishment and enjoy a couple of old fashions.
I'm counting on it, and I'm bringing my son too. Hopefully.
All right, there we go. Absolutely, and I'll wear the hat for everybody.
It's a family
so
affair.
There you go.
You're right.
It is. It's going to be a lot of fun with my friends. We'll have a very fine time in a local regional establishment. So there you go.
No, I'm happy.
Maybe you can see if Kyle Whittingham can join us.
Yeah, I'll ask him.
All right, fair enough. For Spenny, for Sweet Potato Cam, for Spencer Ratch, I'm Neal Ruhl. Thanks for tapping in. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Well, see you later.